All right. Have a few boxes of dimes this evening, so we're going to just edge search some of these because I've got a few. Bank last time they were like, "Do you want some more dimes?" Sure. So took an extra couple boxes. So we will see what we have. I did some halves last night, and had 2 boxes, only found a proof. So that's kind of normal for me. I do find silver dimes now and then, so my son is better at finding dimes, silver ones. But we will go ahead and just search some of these and see what we get. Huh, weird. Not sure why. I did accidentally put it on as a new one, so then I canceled it and put it back on the correct one, since I forgot to say that it was one that's already in progress. So nothing really there. Sometimes I'll look at these kind of green ones and stuff, just make sure, but yeah, nothing there. Haven't been finding much silver and stuff lately. That one's kind of all chewed up. Gotta love that. Not seeing anything really here. Sometimes these little bit thicker ones, I just double check, make sure it's not like a proof or anything. That's a 2021. Yes. I found some interesting foreigns before. It was like, I've never found one of those. So maybe we'll find some interesting stuff tonight. I got to edit one of my videos, and I found a, hey KJ, I found a crematorium tag in my halves. Never found one. I figure I'll probably do 2 boxes tonight at least. I do have a third one, but I do try to save one just for when my son's stuff come over. Well, don't know if you can see that on camera very well, but it's a gold one. Well, just kind of toned. It's 2020. It's weird because the edge looks gold, but it's just a regular tarnished diamond. It's not even like a gold plated, it's just toned weird. Dang it. I've had gold plated ones before, so you never know what you're going to find in some of these. This one is from a couple of weeks ago, and the other one is from just last week. I don't know how everybody's going. Hey JC. Hopefully the slots are fixed with actual icons and stuff now. And if you don't have points, just tag me and I will add some to you. Sometimes I just check those ones with kind of a weird, fatter looking edge. It's never found a proof one, but Didn't want just normal slots that everybody uses, so I kind of picked a few that were kind of ones that I liked. I can't remember which one I put as the highest, but I think possibly the Alien or Chili Pepper. Just a green one. Nice thing is when I go to dump them, the coin machine at the bank spits silver out. But I always check it before I dump it just to make sure I don't miss them. I haven't ever missed a silver, but I have gone in and pulled a silver before I go to dump it. So happens once in a while. We'll see how long this takes. I don't think it's going to take forever just because it's edge searching. Dimes aren't my favorite. My son likes them more than me. But sometimes I like to go through them and edge search them. Pull out a few now and then just to see. Five boxes of customer wrap. Well, good luck. I don't ever get customer wrap stuff because it just goes through their coin machine, and the other bank has it in the back, and they don't fill it up very often. I've bought one bag of $50, and that was when I first started. Whoa. Getting halves from that bank, so year and a half, 2 years ago, and the last time I went in, they had about a total of, I think $11 in there, so I just bought them, but none of them were silver, of course. My one bank that I get my halves from, they like to try to find and keep stuff out for me. The one, they had like a varnished Benji. Asked if I would be interested in it. I said, heck yeah. So I got it for 50 cents. Nothing there. I'm bringing it down a little bit closer just because it's so small of things. Searching quarters. I do have a couple, I think I have 2 boxes of quarters, and I thought about opening some quarters, but I decided, feel like some dimes. I've got too many boxes of dimes. I do offer my penny and nickel boxes now. I've got all the stuff in for the guaranteed coins. So instead of like the halves that most people do, like Pa, Rob, all the, you know, where you buy a box and get either guaranteed or no frills, mine is penny or nickels. It's $25 for guaranteed and $10 for no frill. The 25 on the pennies gives you a 2-cent coin, an Indian head, a Wheatie from 09 to 19, 2 from the 20s, 2 from the 30s, 1 BU red from the 40s or 50s, just whatever happens to come out of the tube. And that is for the pennies. And then the nickels, you get a V nickel, 2 buffalo nickels with dates, a war nickel just circulated average, and then an almost uncirculated, an AU war nickel. And that's the coins that you get with the guaranteed option. And then, like I said, no frills is $10, and it's just whatever comes out. And I've had a few like nickel boxes where I have found about a total of 7 things total. If it's something like that, I'll probably, give some kind of bonus skunk at the end. But usually there's enough that comes out of it. So I figured to see how that kind of goes. No one really does nickels or pennies like that. Hey, Gatita. Just doing some dime edge hunting. Not expecting to find much silver, but I'll never say I won't. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. Tonight my beverage of choice is a Fanta Orange Zero Sugar. That is what I drink, is zero. And I don't like to drink caffeine after about lunch area, just because I have such a hard time sleeping. Caffeine really doesn't bother me, but I figure anything that would help. So I try to limit that in the evening, unless I'm on call, because then I never end up sleeping. But they don't like to give industrial supplies of sleeping pills out, because I can take multiple and still be wide awake. I saw Walker was doing some halves. Hopefully he was done. I didn't want to jump in right when I was planning, So I try not to do that if I see someone that has a stream set up. I'll probably stream on Monday evenings, most likely, at about 6:30 or 7. That way people in the East Coast can watch me without having to stay up until way late, especially during a week, not a week night. A great box. Hopefully have some luck. I don't have like consistent luck. I either get a few that have silver or a bunch that don't. I never get like a box with 5 or 6 or anything like that. My biggest box I've ever had was 10. My daughter was opening that one, and my son was helping, and they were pulling out all kinds of silver. My daughter pulled out a Walker, a couple Benjis, and then some Franklin 40%. So I like it when they can open a thing and whoa. Most everyone in here is on the regular stream. Awesome. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be doing a small god tonight. Nothing super fancy or anything. But tonight was going to be a 1907 Indian head. So that will be the god for tonight. Hey, Dining Days. Welcome. So it looks like the slots are fixed with actual character or emojis now. If you don't have points, then just tag me and I will add some to you. There's also a couple other ones that you can do. Going on a excursion or whatever it is, treasure hunt, something like that. Sometimes you find one of these with a really slick edge, but you're not expecting much. 86. Sometimes it's like, ooh, maybe it's a foreign. So if you do exclamation heist and then a space and then the amount of points, or exclamation gamble, a space and the amount of points, and then there's also exclamation, I can't remember, but a few games. So far the box is 3 rows in and not seeing really anything. Last night I was gonna try to stream, but I was just kind of too tired and didn't have really any energy and was like trying to hopefully go to sleep a bit earlier, which luckily I did, but it was still like 10:30. Just started the first box, 12 rolls, 3 Wheaties, ½ pound of fine sand. Maybe they were in someone's basement and it was flooded, and then someone cleaned it out and took them to the bank, and they've been down there forever, maybe. Who knows? I guess it's better to have sand in the pennies than sand in your pants. That would be uncomfortable. At least in my opinion, I think. We have red dirt. If you have anything white, it will turn pink. If you don't want it to have red, pink stains, then get black. Because that is everything here is just red dirt, red sand. So people have like white shoes, and then the soles, the edges and stuff will be kind of like an orangey pink color. It's one of those things, when my son is here, I should have him live stream it, and he's the one that finds the silver. I'm definitely going to get another few boxes. Yeah. I had a few boxes there that I had gotten that gave me 70 something in one box, 60 in a box, a couple in the 50s, and then after that, the next ones I got were just kind of plain, like 10 or 11 in a box. Not great. So you can't, of course, have high double digits every time. Yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, they do the hunting and they're with you, and a lot of times I'll just let them do the hunt, and then I'll, you know, like if my daughter does the halves, I'll go through and look for the DDOs and NIFCs and stuff. On pennies, she likes the Canadians. She calls them leafies because they're got a leaf on them. So most people are looking for Wheaties. My daughter, she would rather find leafies. So it's like, okay, find all the leafies you can find. So she gets excited on that. Last week my son was kind of done with quarters. He just wasn't feeling it, so I finished the rest of the box. And he had done 10 rolls, and then I did the rest. The first roll I opened, number 11, had a W in it. So when he was here this weekend, I told him, remember that box that you didn't feel like hunting? I was like, the first roll that I opened, the next roll, number 11, had a W. That's good. My kids were first starting to do it, and they would find those like 2009s. They're like, I found a weird one. I'm like, oh yeah. Like, you'll find those. That's from 2009. That's the Lincoln years. I got a penny book, and it had 1975 to 2013 or whatever it is. And me and my daughter in one box filled the entire album except for 4. And all 4 were the Philadelphia 2009 Lincoln years. So everything else we completely filled up in one box. Probably not going to find that happen too often. Usually it's like an edge like that. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure it's not silver, but I still check it. But like I said, I always check the coin return before I do it. And I've never missed one so far. Box 1's almost done. I've got the second box ready underneath here. And then, like I said, I've got a third box, depending on the amount of time. It's only been, what, 25 minutes? Edge searching goes a lot faster. Yeah, I was kind of amazed. I was never expecting to fill an entire one of those books from 75 to 2013 or whatever it is in one box. It was like, holy crap. And I found a few 09s since then, so I've plugged those. This one's got a ton of chewed up ones. I don't know if you can see it. It's like that one there. Sometimes in quarters I get almost entire rolls of chewed up ones. There's a few in this one. Hey BH, welcome. Box 1 is done. I just rip it apart and put it in my throwaway box. I just have a box with from Sam's Club and or Amazon or whatever. And I just throw them in there, and then when I'm done, I throw the box in the dumpster. There's no recycling where I'm at. If you want to recycle, you have to take it over to St. George, which is an hour and a half. 30 Canadian pennies. My daughter would have loved that. Got a couple dirty ones, but nothing jumping out at me. That was probably just an older one, but, or a dirty one, I mean. Can't tell. Let's open that one first. Had a little bit different color to it, but I don't think it is. Nope. 1971. Just a second here. I'm not sure why it's so warm in here, but yeah. It says my thermostat's correct. I have a smart thermostat, so when I'm gone during the day, it doesn't heat unless it gets over or under 50 degrees, and it doesn't cool unless it's over 80. I like my place cool. I usually keep it about 69 degrees. The oldest coin I have found, like actually from a roll, an 1899 V nickel. That was my first nickel box I ever did. Haven't ever found a wheat or an Indian head. I found a Walker, but I've never found a Barber. I found Rosies, but I've never found Mercs. And quarters, I've never found a silver quarter. So obviously nothing there. Man, that'd be nice. My oldest coin that I have is actually a 1819 half dollar. It's in great, awesome details. The problem is it's got a hole drilled right through it and used as like a necklace or something. I don't know what the condition would be if if it didn't have a hole. I'd probably get it graded. But unfortunately, that hole, not going to do anything with it. I'm trying to complete my Barber half dollar collection. I got collection started when I bought one last year from Pa when he did his AFSP auction, and I bought a book that had every one except for 7 in it. So I just picked up another one. It was on sale. Normally it was like with Atmex, something like that. I think the prices were usually like $129 or something, and I got it for like $91 or something like that. It was like $20 or $30 off the normal price. So I picked that one up, and they're all in G4 or better. First Indian head in a roll. A week later, my second, and then a third and a fourth. Wow, nice. It was one of those things that took for a magic coin. I'd been searching and searching and searching, and after 5 years, of course I wasn't getting coins all the time like I am now, but after 5 years of searching, I finally found my first magic coin, and then within a month I found another one, and then a couple more. I had one box that had 2 magic coins in it. So I just figured, got extra ones tonight, I'm just going to edge search them. If anyone ever does want to do one of those penny or nickel boxes, and there's a certain night or something that works best, as long as I can fit it in my schedule, I'll do it whenever it works. I don't have just a set time like it's only this one and nothing. So, you know, if Thursday or something, I've never found a blank planchet. I found light planchets. I think my lightest one on a $1/2 was a 10.4. I found numerous 10.5s, but yeah, anyway, if you do want to do a box or anything, just let me know, and I'll, you know, work out a time if it's not one of my regular nights. I'm pretty flexible. During the day doesn't work, but oh, silver proof, not bad. I've never found one in the wild, except for in the coin returns. Sometimes it's like I feel like one certain drink, and other times it's just I grab whatever I just happen to see first. And that's what it was tonight, is I just grabbed the first one on my shelf, or my fridge. And welcome Arts and Resonate. It would help if I didn't throw my trash in my coin bag. Oh, that's awesome. That'd be one thing I'd love to find, is some blank planchets. Nothing so far. I've done a box in almost 2 rows and nothing. Usually I fleece to find like a Canadian or something, but I do have one more box after this. If nothing pans out, maybe we'll do a third. Oh, nice. My dad had a metal detector when he was alive. He never used it, but he had bought one because he always wanted one. And he always called it his Geiger counter. He'd be like, I'm going to go Geiger counter. It's like, you mean metal detect? Yeah. For some reason, in his mind, it was a Geiger counter. Which I find funny. So whenever I see someone doing it and they have the beep, I always think Geiger counter. At this rate, it'll be 3 boxes in pretty much no time. Not finding really anything. Once in a while I'll pull one of these out just because it's, you can tell it's kind of a shiny one, but I've never found a proof dime. I found proof nickels, proof quarters, proof halves. Never found a proof penny. But maybe someday. Hey, Hudson, or I guess Hubu, but yeah. Just doing some edge searching right now. Maybe after the dimes, if it's still early enough, and we'll do something else, but that's cool. I've found silver dimes, silver nickels, silver halves, but I've never found a silver quarter. Someday. That's kind of my unicorn. It took me 5 years to finally find a magic coin. Even searching like when, you know, I'd buy boxes from Pawn Stuff. I won't tell, but thank you. Sometimes I actually go through and look at like the dates and stuff, but dimes are just so small that it's not that enjoyable. Nice. The 2-cent coins that I have are, you know, the 1865, 6, 7 area. So it's one of those that's not the greatest condition, but even a coal condition on APMEX and those type of sites are like $9, unless you buy like 20 of them or something. But that's one of the coins that is included. Like, for example, this one here, it's an 1864, except for it's got a big hole in it. And I figure I'll pull a couple different ones out and let, if anybody does it, you know, choose which one they want. I hate those ones that are like that chalky look, because the first thing you think, ooh, silver, and you're like, oh wait, no, it's too gray. That would be fun. Someone will win sometime. It's not set to any certain specifications or anything, but can't tell if that's a 5 or a 3. I think it's a 5. I'm going to keep it out to the side. I'll have to look at it later. Actually, while I'm right here, we'll turn the scope on. And let's see. Let's try this, try that. There we go. Nope, 23. Some of those 3s and 5s are hard to tell. Well, I guess I won't keep it then. Oh well. Here they don't give kids homework, I guess. They do stuff in class and then I guess they don't give homework. I don't understand that, but it's like, okay. I mean, my kids learn stuff, so obviously whatever they do in class works, but in church I had a lady come up to me and she goes, your son saved me. I'm like, okay. I guess there's a kid kind of has some problems. He's on the spectrum, autism, and he's been kind of having behavioral problems lately, and so my son's been helping him, and it helps calm him down some. So I guess they were going to the bathroom or down the hall or something, so my son was going with them, and for no reason the kid just lunged at the teacher or aide or whatever, and my son grabbed him and got him away from her and helped kind of calm him down. So he's a big kid. He's in 6th grade. He's 160 pounds or something. He wears bigger shoes than me. I wear size 8 wide, and he is 8.5, I think. And he is offensive and defensive line. They kind of move him around in different positions, so it's not just one that he plays, but it's always one of the like linebacker areas. Sometimes he hikes it, sometimes it's the outer part. But he used his football and hey Darren, just edge searching some dimes right now. Been nothing so far. Almost done with the second box, and I do have a third, but not expecting much out of it. My son's the one that finds all the silver in the dimes. So I do have another box we might do, unless someone wants to do a penny or nickel box. Hopefully everything's going good for everyone in their hunts. I know sometimes it can be off and on, like someone will have a great hunt and someone else will have a horrible hunt. I think a lot of it depends on where you're at and just luck of the draw. As I say, when this one's, I've got 8 more rolls. When this one's done, this box, I'll probably grab that third one. I don't have much plan at all. I sent Paw a package with some giveaways for when he does his AFSP stuff. So it'll be one of the packs that I do for my penny or nickel. I did one of each. One giveaway will be a penny pack and the other one will be a nickel pack. And then I'm also told him I'd do something, to help out more besides just donate. So it's kind of the same thing with last year. If you do $500 or more, he gives you, some extra perks. And one of those perks is I'm going to throw in a penny or nickel hunt with one of the guaranteed coin packs. So it's up to you if you want a penny or a nickel. If you do 500 or more, then it'll be your choosing, and you do get the guaranteed coins. And those coins for the pennies are a 2-cent coin, a Indian head penny, average condition, wheat penny from 09 to 19, a couple from the 20s, a couple from the 30s, just normal condition. Man, don't know if that's picking it up, but let's see if it does it better this way. 1965. Dang it, 1 year off. And then, so a couple from the 20s, a couple from the 30s, and then one from the 40s or 50s that's a BU red. And on the nickels, it's a V nickel, 2 dated Buffalo nickels, average condition, an average war nickel, and a AU war nickel. So see how all that goes. I know this year with everything, it's kind of harder for people to donate like they have, which I completely get. Well, box 2's done. I was hoping I'd find more. Let me go grab that third box. So I've also been picking up some extra penny and nickel boxes, so I have plenty in stock. I've got, I think, 9 of each right now. Hey, Tim. Because I do not want to say I'll do a hunt and then have to wait forever to get some more coins. My credit union, because they're smaller, they can't just put a big order in like that. Plus it takes a couple weeks for them to get it anyway. So that's why I figure if I can get a couple every time, even if I'm not looking at them or searching them, and just have them in stock for if people want to buy a hunt or do a hunt from Pa with that AFSP. I mean, he's on a beach, so he's not going to have it, but someone's picking up his packages. So luckily it's not just sitting there. I forgot he was going down there. But luckily I'm able to get stuff from my banks. I know some people, they just have a hard time getting it from their bank or credit union. There's 2 banks and 1 credit union in town. The one bank is where I get all my halves from. The credit union is where I get most of my other pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, once in a while some half boxes. But the other bank in town, the one where we bank, is a hospital. I've gone in there numerous times, tried to talk to the manager, and they basically refused to talk to me. So I told them I'd dump a bunch of money into an account if they needed, and I wouldn't return the coins to their branch. They still wouldn't talk to me. And so it's like, okay. So I went down, and that's the bank that is getting the halves from. I'd asked them, and they said, yeah, we'll get them. I was like, do you need me to open an account? They were fine with just doing it, but I was like, well, I'm not going to order it and not have an account. So I opened an account and stuck a couple grand in it and used that, and then I returned my coins and transferred that back to my bank. So it's one of those that they at least have some money for me. Some of these times, sometimes I have to like use my knife to dig one out and kind of pick it up out of the box, because I can't just grab one sometimes. For those that have come in, hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully your hunts, if you hunt, is being productive. I did get my stickers in. Turned out pretty decent. They're the vinyl kind. It's just my logo, but I thought they were kind of cool. I'd like to get some other things. Yeah, Jim, hopefully your med's kicking better than mine do, which is an interesting one. It's a painted red one. I found painted ones, but never just completely covered in one color on both sides. I'll stick it to the side and let my kids look at it. They'll think it's neat. Yeah, I was happy with them. The only thing is the back's not cut, so you have to like get a knife or something down in here in the edge, because I don't have fingernails. But it's the PVC kind, so you know they are not like a lot of the paper cheap ones. You know, kind of rub off after a short period of time if you put them on a mug or something. Like I have one on my cup at work. Yeah, usually it's, you know, I've seen them on the quarters and stuff, like, you know, the jukeboxes and that, but never seen a red painted dime. It's always usually blue or yellow. Hey, new Marshall. I don't think I saw you earlier, so hopefully didn't miss you. If I did, I apologize. Oh, it's pretty nice 99. Gotcha. I do that. I'll go into a place and just kind of lurk and don't feel like chatting and stuff, and just want to watch the stream though, so. It's one of those things. I've got the subs that kind of blew up on me without expecting it. And so now I've just got to get my watch hours up. Which I've been gaining steadily. I'm way further along than I thought. After my first year, I started in December of 23, the very end, like the 28th or something. I figured I'd be maybe 100 by the end of the next year, and I was at almost 500. Never seen one that red. Right on quarters. Yeah, I've gotten, you know, quarters kind of come in all different colors, but the dimes, it seems like I find blue or yellow. Quarters you find a red one now and then. Usually it's blues and sometimes a red one, like, but it seems like it's only on one side. It's not like completely, but sometimes it's interesting. I don't count it as a miscellaneous or anything like that. Just kind of a cool find sometimes. The oldest one tonight so far has been a 1965. Missed the silver by 1 year. Doing a pretty decent pace. This is my third box, and it's been just about an hour. And I'm in three rows left. Ow. Almost sliced my finger open, which I have done a few times. And there's another one of those like horribly beat up. Sometimes they don't go through the coin machine, so you know it pops them out in a reject tray, so I stick them back through as I'm putting other coins in, and sometimes they just will not go through. Hey Maple Leaf, welcome. So I have a little baggie of all of them that if I put them through, you know, a dozen times and they're not going through, then I just bring them home, put them in this little baggie I've been doing. And it's amazing because the one time I had like $60 in quarters that were absolutely trashed. And it was like half of these are probably going to get spit out. And I think it was only 7. I did like a little, I think it was a short on it. I think it was only 7 of them or something like that that didn't go through. So I was like, holy cow, way more than I thought. If you're here and you want to play slots and stuff, you don't have points, let me know. Just tag me and I'll add them to you. I think I went in and gave everybody, if they didn't already have points, couple million point. So some have gambled and hasn't been very friendly for some of them tonight. No one's won, I don't think. But I fixed it so that there's actual emojis instead of just words. Don't know how I missed it, but it was working earlier, so I don't know why it's... There you go. So you have the gamble, you have the slots, and then you have the duel and the adventure one, whatever it is. So then you get one like that the edges, you can tell, is not as silver, but it's like, ooh, at first. And then you're like, wait a minute, no. Not very good few boxes. I've been picking up extra nickel and penny boxes for the ones, you know, streams that I offer. And the one time they brought out 2 boxes of nickels and said they're not dirty ones. And I was like, that's fine. So I brought them home because some, you know, we might get a 2024s or something. The last ones I got were 23s. And the 2 boxes, it looks like both of them are 2025 nickels. So I can't get mad at that. Probably just stick them to the side, but I don't know. Coin machines my credit union has have a reject coin holder inside the machine. I watched them as they cleaned it one time, and you could tell there was silver mixed in there along with washers. Luckily, mine Spitz silver, foreign. It's not like a magnetic one like some of those Coinstars. It's a Coinstar machine, but it's not the big green ones. It's for, basically they put them in the banks, lobbies and stuff, and then for those that don't have an account, you know, they get charged 8% or whatever it is. Or if you're a business, they charge you. But mine, I just go in and direct deposit to my personal account. But yeah, they don't keep silver. It always kicks it out. In fact, one time I went in there and they said, we got something for you, and it was $12 and almost $13 in quarters. They're like, yeah, someone's putting them through the machine that kept spitting them out, so they got them, and they're like, if you weren't going to buy them, we would have. I was like, well, of course I'm going to buy them. I always ask you all the time if you get anything like that. But yeah, there was almost $13 in silver quarters that the machine just kept kicking out. I walked in one time and the whole coin reject tray was like packed full. There was like a couple hand, like, you know, you grab it out. I was like, what the crap is going on? And there was I didn't count it, but there was a bunch of foreigns, but there was also about $2.50 in American coins. But that thing was like completely packed. It was like, how can someone miss that? I mean, I understand maybe missing a dime that gets kicked out, you know, that's the silver one, or you know, even a quarter or something. But an entire reject tray, which was fine with me. And later, after I got it, I was like, I should have like kept it to the side and just counted it up and see what was there and done a little short on it. But I didn't think about it until later. Not a very good hunt tonight for dimes. I was thinking about just doing them last night instead of the halves, and I was like, no, I got to get some of that back in the bank. So tomorrow I'll go down and pick up my halves from the bank, and then go to the credit union and dump all the coin, and maybe pick up anything that they got. Because they do get them sometimes. They don't get them all the time, but they do get them sometimes. At one point it was it wouldn't do a direct deposit to the account, and it was something going on with like the main company or whatever that did it, and some kind of lawsuit or something going on. So I'd have to take it up to the teller window and give them that, and they'd deposit it in my account. But I guess that must be over, because shortly after, you know, after a few months of doing that, it was back to being able to deposit again. I don't have any regular, like those green Coinstars that you see in like Walmart and stuff. I don't have any of those around here. That's the only thing in town, except for the ones like in the back of the banks. And of course I live in the middle of nowhere, so if I want to go like to Walmart, it's an hour drive in either direction, east or west. And I don't go over that way much unless I have to, just no point. I can get everything I need like on Amazon, Sam's Club, the local grocery store, even though it might be a little bit more. It's cheaper than making a trip over and driving 70 miles or whatever it is. And this thing is like full. 11.5. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one at the credit union, it says if you're not a customer or something like that, it's I think at 8%. Or maybe the non-customers are 6% and the businesses are 8% or something. But yeah, 11.5 is kind of crazy. I mean, if I'm dumping coins and I'm dumping, you know, $1,000 at a time, you know, a couple boxes of halves, that would be, you know, $100 that I'd be throwing away. Yeah, for me, it doesn't cost anything because I have it. I'm a member there, and so I just have it direct deposit to my checking account, because you have to swipe your card and it just deposits it, and it's no charge. And so then when it goes into my checking, after it goes in there, I just transfer it to my money market, and then if I need to replenish my bank where I get the halves, then I just do a transfer from bank to bank, and you know, it takes like 2 days or something. There it is. So I'm picking up some coin tomorrow, and I was like, oh, I need to deposit a little bit more, because I thought I had enough, but I forgot I had picked up 8 boxes last time, 8 half box, because they had, the one week they didn't get their shipment in, and the next week they got a double shipment, so it was like 8 boxes of halves. Okay, more than I was expecting, but sure. Well, 3 boxes down, no more dimes. It's only been slightly more than an hour. One Walmart near me, in a rough area, gets people that look like they're going through parked cars to get coins. Yeah. Around here, it's like no one locks their doors. You know, the house, cars, nothing. Usually not locked, but it's pretty safe. I mean, we get crime, but I lock mine because I'm in a, I call it apartments, but they're townhouses. But at least half of them are like Airbnb. And I've had people walk into my back door thinking it was their place, and then they're like, oh. So I've just learned, nope, just keep my door locked and don't have that problem. Well, should we do some different coin? Maybe pennies. I haven't done pennies for a while. And then you can kind of see what the type of stuff that I find are. I don't know. You guys tell me. Got a bunch of 2 cents out that I'm going through, and putting the ones that have dates and ones that have details, and it would be nice if the ones that had details had the date, but you get ones like this. Pretty nice. I mean, you can see the top, it says "In God We Trust," and some of the United States of America, but in the middle, completely ruined. Wheat average on a box of pennies. Let me see if I have my spreadsheet around, because I keep track of all the, like, the dates and what I found. Pennies this year, I'm averaging 10.8 Wheaties. So basically 11 Wheaties, 2 foreigns. Couple miscellaneous. Overall, for all my years, I average 18.5 Wheaties and 2 foreigns a box. An average of, I was going to say 3 miscellaneous, but yeah, basically almost 19 Wheaties, but that was with the help of a box of 43, 55, 76, 61, and then I've had a few that have had 5, 6, 8, 5, 5, 8, 9, 9, 6, but usually they're 10 to 18, it looks like. My nickels, I averaged so far this year a third of a buffalo, almost 1 war nickel, a total of 16, and that's including like foreigns, proofs, 2009s and 24s. So not too bad. And overall, all my nickels, yeah, I average about 1 buffalo every 3 boxes. I've only ever found 1 V nickel. I found a V nickel and a buffalo nickel in my first box ever. I average half a war nickel, half a foreign per box, and I find some usually Canadians, but there's some other stuff in there. I found some key dates. I found a 1950D and a 55P. I find 39S. I found that kind of stuff. Semi keys. So not bad. I'm just gonna put my dimes in here while I'm thinking about it. What is today? 16? It's pretty easy when it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Well, I'm out of dimes, no more halves. I got pennies and nickels. That's not too bad for an hour and 15 minutes. Maybe we'll see if next week anybody wants to do a box. I can hunt it for them. Tonight we're going to do a giveaway, and get me back to that screen. It's a 1907 Indian head penny. It's in plastic, so it's of course hard to see, but that will be the giveaway tonight. Let me get the Streamlab giveaway. Exclamation GAW will get you into the raffle giveaway, GA as we call it. I don't have hundreds of people watching, so your chances are pretty decent. I know KJ won 2 weeks in a row, so you never know. Well, you got 1 and 2, so now you're down to a 50% chance so far. Yeah, it's nice. You can see the full date on it. You know, obviously not perfect condition or anything, but looks like there's 4. You have a 25% chance so far. And you got 2 minutes left. Oh, there's 5. So if you want to do Nickler Penny Hunts offer, I have that on my page. You can look at that. So if you ever do, like I said, I'll work with times. If you know a certain night is better for you, I'll try to stream on those nights. But we got 5 people entered, so you got a 20% chance of winning. It's better than the lottery. And just over a minute left. I've tried the dual output, the vertical and the horizontal, and the vertical doesn't really get many. I think most people choose the horizontal, but I tried the vertical and it gets some, but just not a ton like most people think. Let me see if that's weird. That's what it looks like under the scope because it's so down for magnification on like for DDOs. So scope does not want to work with that in the plastic. And it paused at 3 seconds, so we're going to resume for a minute. Last chance to get in. Last chance. 10. Hey, Miguel. If you want to get in on the GA, got a few seconds left. Okay, I'm going to close them up. Get over to the monitor here. You can see the 6 users. Make it a little bigger for you guys. And I'm going to pick a winner. Downing Days, you have won the giveaway. You need to send me an email. Exclamation email will give that to you. If it's also scrolling at the bottom of the thing, it's dadhuntscoins@gmail. So just send that to me. You do have the 7 days to notify me, otherwise it goes into the unclaimed. And I usually get those out usually next day, and these will just come in a regular envelope. But there you go. Hopefully you're still in here. If not, hopefully you'll see. Anyway, hope you guys had some fun. We'll probably do next week. Like I said, I'm thinking, hey, you're very welcome, Downing Days. Glad to see you and joining us. Just starting out streaming. I was always doing the recap videos, but now I'm doing streaming, so that's, just building up a viewer base and stuff. But I'll probably do, I'm thinking Monday evenings around 6:30 Mountain. That's okay, Miguel. It's one of those that it happens. I try to catch streams and things come up. But I'm thinking Mondays at 6:30 Mountain Time. That way it's not super late for people that still have to go to work on the East Coast, or even Central, because it's 8 here, so it'd be almost 10 there. But yeah, if you do want any of the penny and nickel hunt, send me an email and let me know, and we'll get that done for you. Oh, 30 seconds. Yeah, I have my lag. Usually it's around 3 seconds, but once in a while it just kind of takes a bit for it to catch back up. I don't know why. Because I'll be like, wait a minute, that should be quicker than that. That's why I always give a little bit extra time. But thank you. Have a nice night. Hope your hunts are doing good. Any questions, you can always holler at me. I don't know why sometimes it does that, but there you go. Thank you again, and hopefully I'll get that in the mail tomorrow. If you get me your address, just make sure you get name, address, and then your screen name if it's obviously different, and we'll get that out. So again, thank you, and have a good night. Let's try that. All right. We'll see ya.